What's up guys, I'm Random Frank P, and today we're going to be checking out what's new with the 61 gram Razer Viper Mini. That not only slashed some grams on the weight, but also slashed the price tag at just $40. So in case you're interested in it, you want to find out more, we'll talk about the new additions, the features, what's changed, and what I think about it in this video of the Razer Viper Mini. So I've already done a full review of the original Viper and the Viper Ultimate as well, so if you want to find out more about those, definitely check those videos out. But surprisingly, with the Viper Mini, we get more than just a redesigned shell. A lot of times when companies put out a lighter mouse, that's pretty much just all that's changed, but that is not the case here. We have a pretty good amount of differences. So when you take it out of the box, at first glance, it's gonna look pretty much, very similar to the Viper, but as you start to stare at it and look at it a bit more, you'll see those differences and those changes. So first, obviously, with the redesigned shell coming in at 61 grams, there are no holes, which is a big plus that they can cut some weight and not have any holes in the shell. But in terms of size, it comes in at 118 millimeters long, 53.5 millimeters wide at the grip width, 38.3 millimeters tall at the highest point, and just around 14 millimeters at the front. Now for comparison, the regular Viper is 126.7 millimeters long, 66.2 millimeters wide, and 37.8 millimeters tall. And then visually, you can see the differences of how it stacks up against other small mice on the market, like the Ultralight 2 Cape Town that I modded, the MM710, and the Model O-, with the smallest one here being the Ultralight 2, followed then by the MM710, with the Viper Mini being pretty similar and close to the Model O-. I will say a claw or fingertip grip is definitely gonna be recommended here due to the size of the mouse. That's also gonna depend on the size of your hand. If you're younger and you have small hands, you could probably get away with palming it if that's what you do. But yeah, claw or fingertip recommended. But back to the new additions and changes. First off, Razer ditched the rubberized side grips, which surprisingly was a common request I found from the community. I personally like the rubber, but that's okay. And we also lost two of the side buttons on the right side of the mouse. So it's no longer technically ambidextrous by definition, but still ambi by design. And we also get an added DPI button underneath the scroll wheel, which can obviously be remapped if you want to change that up. Flipping it over, we also get another zone of RGB lighting with a light strip on the butt of the mouse for some nice underglow when it's on your desk. Shout out to Need for Speed Underground. And even more changes come underneath. The sensor is a bit scaled back from that 5G optical on the Viper, and then the Focus Plus on the Viper Ultimate. Here it's a 3389 optical sensor. They say it goes up to 8500 DPI. And the 3389 is the same sensor from the Death Adder Elite. The MM710 also uses it, many others. So it is kind of a bummer that the sensor takes a step back, but again, that's where probably most of that, price difference is gonna come into play for it to be more affordable. So it's a give and take, compromises. Thankfully, another addition we have is improved mouse feet with the highest grade of PTFE. This is exactly what we have on the Viper Ultimate, and this is one thing I really wanted them to change from the original Viper. So now that they're buttery smooth, it's gonna allow for some real nice quick flicks. And then complementing that is a SpeedFlex cable. This is the same SpeedFlex cable from the original Viper mouse, which is good because that is very lightweight, nice and flexible as well, so there won't be any drag or resistance on your desktop. It won't get hung up. So a lightweight cable to complement the lightweight mouse and a PTFE, which is the modern day holy trinity. So there is one more change in addition to all of the others, which, running back real quick, new shell, DPI button included, loss of rubberized side grips, loss of the two right side buttons, added underglow, new PTFE feet, then the relapse to that 3389 sensor. But the last thing is what they say is gonna be improved optomechanical switches to kind of emulate more of a mechanical switch sound, which should make them sound more crisp. Personally, I don't see too much or hear or feel too much of a difference. I don't know what exactly has changed in these improved switches, but I'll still do a sound test so you could hear how everything sounds in this mouse, then also comparison to the switches on the Viper. Now in terms of quality, as you just heard as well when I was shaking the mouse, there was absolutely no rattle anywhere. So it's good to see for the quality of plastic they're using and seemingly a thinner internal wall. Not only is there no rattle, but there's absolutely zero flex anywhere. I could squeeze the mouse pretty hard and it doesn't budge. That's impressive. So just to recap, for those who aren't familiar, my main mouse since release has been the Viper Ultimate, and before that I was using the regular Viper as my main. So I'm definitely familiar with, the layout and the feel of the mouse. But having it, technically scaled down in size now, it did take me a few rounds of some Battlefield to get used to. Mainly just the areas of where the side buttons are on the left side. I do use those frequently in games, and just having to kind of readjust my grip to be able to hit those from what I'm used to with my muscle memory was a bit of an adjustment. But all in all, for the size, yes, it's a smaller mouse, but I will say that it does still fall kind of in that area of a small to medium sized mouse, because with the MM710 Ultralight 2, those feel just a lot more lightweight in your hands. This, it's a definite, noticeable change, but it's not as drastic, which is good because we're getting a very familiar mouse for all the Viper and Viper Ultimate users, but it's not, a huge reduction in size. Personally, I don't mind the fact that we lost the two right side buttons. I will say it would have been nice if they would have included optional rubberized side grips inside the box. So for those who want that, they can just stick them on. And for those who didn't like that and requested the change, they could just leave it how it is. That would have been cool. And also, again, it's not a huge deal because the 3389 is still very popular and trusted. But the fact we are taking a step back to a lesser sensor, if you will, from the Focus Plus and their 5G optical sensor to now just 8500, bit of a bummer. But again, it's a trade-off. At the end of the day, this mouse is only $40, which is crazy affordable. You really have to give Razer props. They've been killing it in terms of their, their new products and their mouse designs over the past few years. $40 for a 61 gram lightweight mouse that doesn't have holes in the body is crazy. Under 50 bucks, you really cannot go wrong. So the Viper Mini gets a big thumbs up from me. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link for you in the description down below. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for what's new with the brand new Razer Viper Mini. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.